The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.
Hi everyone, it's Shane Smyth, Bundoran Tourism Officer. It is Friday the 18th of March 2022, a bank holiday Friday, a very unusual occurrence here, but we are in the midst of our St. Patrick's holiday weekend and hope that we find you well. I'm here with you for the Bundoran Weekly podcast, episode 177. A little bit later on, we are going to be talking to Tibi Rotaru, who is a psychologist in our twin town of Siret in Romania. Siret also happens to be 4 kilometres from the border of Ukraine and one of the biggest border crossings, and they have seen quite the action over the last couple of weeks. So we'll be checking in with Tibi there to find out how the humanitarian aid is going with all of the refugees coming in from Ukraine. We thought it very appropriate, seeing as they are our twin town in Romania. So we'll be talking to Tibi a little bit later on. We'll also have Teresa here from Bundoran Community Centre as well in our community corner. So how was your St. Patrick's Day? Hope that it was an enjoyable one. And if you were here with us in Bundoran, thank you for joining us for our St. Patrick's Day parade. You'll see the highlights and everything of that on our website, discoverbundoran.com. But let us get into all of the entertainment still to come this weekend, because there is lots of it. Tonight, deep breath, let's go. 4 hours of dancing with Eddie Gallagher, Michael Cleary, Jackie Bannon and Anne McCrory at the Allingham Arms. Doors open there at 8 o'clock, dancing from 8:30pm. Sinead McLaughlin also at the Allingham from 9 to 11. Sean Gibbons at the Great Northern at 9. Cozy Joe at the Chase and Bull from 9 to 11. Gary Fitzpatrick at the Bird's Nest at 9. Punching Seagulls at the Phoenix from 10. Live music at the Celtic Marine Bar from 9. And Irish Rebel and Folk Music at Sean Ruiz on Main Street there. That is from 10 o'clock. Musically wise then, tomorrow night it's the big Derek Ryan gig at the Great Northern Hotel. Doors open at 7 and that's live from 8 o'clock. Few tickets still available for that at derekryan.com/tickets. Tom Moran at the Allingham from 9 to 11. Mike Denver and his band at the Allingham tomorrow night then, and that's the dance from 10:30 until 12:30. True Tones at the Chase and Bull from 10 till midnight. Kenny Crawford at the Railway Bar 9:30 to 11:30. Full Moon Fever at the Phoenix Tavern from 10 till midnight. You've got Brian Carrigan at the Bird's Nest from 9:30 until midnight. Live music as well at the Celtic Marine Bar from 9:51 Main Street. It's Gary Doherty live from 10pm and Irish Rebel and Folk Music from 10 o'clock at Sean Ruiz. That is tomorrow night. And then on Sunday, Megan Lucas at the Allingham and Key West from 5 till 7. Sunday trad session at the Bank from 7 till 9:30. Kieran Mackery at the Allingham from 7:30 to 9:30. Ger Long at the Bird's Nest from 5:30 to 8 o'clock. JPK at the Phoenix Tavern from 8 till 10. Gary Doherty at the Chase and Bull from 10 till midnight. And Hybe is at 51 Main Street from 10pm. That on Sunday night, wrapping up what no doubt will have been a long weekend for everybody, but it'll be nice to chill out on Sunday evening. That is the entertainment that we've got for you in Bundoran. That is a lot, and I ran through it fairly quickly there, but it is all available on our website at discoverbundoran.com/St. Patrick's Day. It's all lined out there, and you can find all of that information there, as I said, at discoverbundoran.com/St. Patrick's Day. We also have a beach clean happening at the main beach. That is happening tomorrow the 19th from 12 midday until 2pm. The meeting is by the Lifeguard Tower, and the beach clean will take place on Main Beach and also at the small beach at the Peak as well. So if you're interested in attending that, you can do so. That's organised by Surfers Against Sewage, and as I say, that's a beach clean, and it is meeting tomorrow at 12 o'clock, between 12 and 2 at the Main Beach at the Lifeguard Tower there at Main Beach in Bundoran. If you fancy heading to the cinema, then you out this week is Phantom of the Open and Nan, and then Missed It Monday is going to be Jackass Forever. So if you didn't get a chance to see that when it was in the cinema, you get a chance to see that next Monday at Eclipse Cinema. You can check out the full schedule on our website or also at eclipsecinemas.com, and you can book your tickets for that there. It is the Bundoran Weekly with thanks to AIB.ie, supporting local businesses in Bundoran and Ballyshannon. Still to come, I'm going to be talking to Tibi Rotaru, who is in our twin town of Siret in Romania, about the humanitarian effort there for all the Ukrainian refugees. We will be chatting to him, and also Teresa O'Neill from Bundoran's Community Centre in our Community Corner.
The Bundoran Weekly.
You're listening to the Bundoran Weekly, the podcast that talks about everything Bundoran, and it's time for our interview for this week. And you may have heard me talk about or rabbit on about the fact that we are part of a massive town twinning organisation. It is called Duzelage. It gives us a twin town in every country in Europe, giving us 27 twin towns across Europe. And the one in Romania is in Siret. It is in northern Romania, and it is one of the big crossing points in from between Romania and the Ukraine, and obviously they've been quite busy over the last couple of weeks with everything that's been going on, and I wanted to find out exactly how things have been working out over there, and spoke with our contact there, Tibi Rotaru, and first asked him about the distance that they are from Ukraine.
Yes, Siret actually it is a border city. We have only 4 kilometers from here to the border area, and actually Siret is the first European Union city the Ukrainian citizens are entering in after they are crossing the border. So we always been a border city.
Wow. Obviously, it's been a lot busier over the past couple of weeks with everything that's going on. But is Siret one of the main border crossing points then from Ukraine? Obviously, there's quite a long border, but Siret is one of the main border points.
It is a very long border, but actually Siret is the largest one. It's the most important border cross point for the whole Romania. It's both important for people and for merchandise. There's a lot of traffic with lorries and stuff like that. So we are the largest border point. The other one is in northern part of Romania, which is a lot smaller. And the other border point it's in the southern part of Romania, close to Danube. But we are the largest one actually.
So you're assisting with the humanitarian effort there. Tell me a little bit about what you guys are actually doing.
What to start with? Actually, we were there from the very first unhappy day of this war starting. And first of all, we started to organize things in order to receive refugees into the border area. During the highest peak of the number of the refugees, we had something like 400 and 400 and not 700, 750 refugees per hour. And of course, it wasn't easy. All of them came afraid, cold, and stuff like that. We provided some fresh food, hot drinks, and after that, we realized that they need a lot more. They need blankets, they need warm clothes, they need diapers for children, we needed diapers for adults, and stuff like that. So it was crazy. The first refugee camp was also organized in Siret, into the Siret Stadium. It was a refugee camp of 201 places inside, but on Wednesday night we had 400 people there in the refugee camp. So it was really, really big.
You mentioned that you had up to 400 people per hour crossing. How do you deal with that amount of people? And obviously, it was new to you guys at the start. And has it become a little bit easier, a little bit more structured in these past couple of days? Or
Yes, so the beginning we have to say it was hectic, it was chaotic. We are very lucky that we have a very good collaboration between the NGOs, the civil society, and the local administration. So we worked together for the first couple of days until the things start moving pretty smoothly. We also had the help of the emergency department. That means police, firefighters, everybody was. We were all in the same boat. So as I told you at the beginning, we had 700, 750 people per hour. Now we are lower. We have only 200, 250 people per hour crossing the border. The good thing is, and that makes things a little bit, let's say, easier for us, is that the people that are crossing the border, even right now, they are not here to stay in Siret. They stay here only to wait for their relatives, friends to come and pick them up. They stay here until they find a means of transportation to the other part of the country or to the Western Europe, or they stay here if they have nowhere else to go, nowhere to go. And but as an average, we say that only, let's say, 20% of the Ukrainian crossing the border will stay around here more than one day. The ones that are staying are the ones that have some problem with papers. In the hurry of leaving Ukraine, they left their papers behind. They don't have the, let's say, good papers for their children. They don't have passports, especially biometrical passports and stuff like that. So we provide at the border area, at the refugee camp, we provide help with immigration paper too. So when Ukrainian people are leaving Siret, they leave Siret with all the papers in order. So that's what I say, good help.
You speak a lot about help there, and what sort of aid and help have you got from outside of Siret, or how has that been?
Oh, now now it looks like a big market, except the fact that everything is for free. So we've got from Red Cross to, I don't know, UNICEF, Israel and Embassy. Almost a lot of NGOs are here, so we provide literally every help it can be provided to these people. You have to realize that people that are crossing the border by car, they have to stay in queue at least 20 hours, 20 hours, 22 hours, 24 hours.
Just because of the sheer volume of people coming through, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and it's especially because of the queue is being very long, and the things are going kind of slow at the Ukrainian side. At the Romanian side, we say we go a little bit a lot faster, and of course you have to imagine that in this queue, 22-hour queue, we have mostly women with children. So it's not easy at all. One of the last people we helped, the last family, it was a young mother with a child of 7 months, and the mother's mother, the grandmother of the child. So you can imagine how exhausted the child was after staying 22 hours in a car. A 7-month child will never understand why he or she should stay in a car for so long. So this is really, really complicated. So that's why when they enter Siret, we provide really everything. I mean, we even have an animal shelter, and we provide all the necessary papers for the animals that are transiting Romania, so they can go if they want to go to Western Europe or somewhere else. We provide all the help necessary there.
You mentioned obviously the long queues, and obviously they're on the Ukrainian side before they can
Yeah.
get across the
Yes,
border.
yes.
Does that present? You can't then, from your side, you can't cross the border to go and hand them food, or can you? Can you?
That's the idea.
You
We
can.
developed that in the last week, let's say. So now we organize at least once per day small vans with sandwiches, hot drinks, and stuff like that, and we go on to the other side. But I have to tell you the truth: this is not enough. This is really, we can help only the people that are very close to the border. But as we go further to the queue, it's getting more and more difficult for them to be helped. Yes, it's not easy, because you have to realize that the Ukrainian side, the shops are empty. So even if you have all the money in the world, now it's nothing to buy there. I've seen some picture taken by some of my friends that were there, and the only things left in shops were cucumbers, I think, and that was all. Not even bread. So it's really difficult. And this part of Ukraine, that it's neighboring Siret, is the richest part, they say. So it's not easy. Yeah.
What about the volume that's still coming over? Has it lessened or has it increased, or is it manageable?
It's manageable now. Really, I think things go really, really smooth. For example, during the weekend, because all the Ukrainian people came very well prepared, so they have most of them all the papers in order. So we had, out of the two large refugees camp, we had only one of them that was with 35, 40 people in it, and the other refugee camp that is in the stadium, it is obviously intense. We had only 3 people left there. They were waiting for their papers to be processed.
And do you have a way of communicating with them ahead of time to say, make sure you have this with you before you cross?
The good thing is that, together with some students from the I don't know, computer sciences, whatever, we developed a site that is in Ukrainian, Romanian, English. It's called Dopomoha. That's the Ukrainian saying for help. It means for help. And everybody that wants to come to Romania, they go to this site and they'll find out exactly what is happening, where is happening, where they can ask for transportation, free accommodation, and stuff like that.
So you've mobilized fairly quickly, and you've obviously got a good team of people helping you.
In Siret, you know very well, we have a very good team of people here.
100%.
But I think the whole Romanian society organized themselves really, really well, especially here in Siret, when we had so many refugees coming and going. Really, in 2 or 3 days, we were I would say quite well organized. And the most important thing, because I'm a psychologist, it is that we have, it's not the most important thing, but I think it is very important that we have also a team of voluntary psychologists that are into the camp and at the border 24 hours, 7 days per week. So they stay there, and if they see people in distress, young mothers in distress, children in distress, they try to help. It's not a big deal. It's just being present,
Yeah.
hugging someone, handing out a toy or a blanket, and that will work like a miracle.
And I guess I'm not
Sometimes.
casting any aspersions on any other border crossings, but that's probably not something that's provided at other places, and possibly not something that other border forces would be thinking of. The actual mental health of people coming across, or maybe it is. I don't know.
I really don't know. I know for sure that I am part of this group of volunteer psychologists. We organized ourselves before the war in order to provide help. For example, like for a family, their house was burning. So we realized that besides the firemen that are going there, then there might be some panic attacks from the
Sure.
families or stuff like that. So we realized that it is not enough only to have firefighters there. Maybe it is good to have a psychologist there to offer a first response and stuff like that. So because this group already exists, it was very easy for us to move into the refugees camp and to provide help there.
Well, it sounds like you're doing just absolutely phenomenal humanitarian work, and just
Thank you.
you being, because I've known you for so long at this stage, and you just being you and doing what you do and doing it so well, and I'm sure it's been appreciated. How can any of our listeners help with donations or anything at all? I know that we've put details of bank accounts and stuff on our Facebook page. Is there any other way that they can help, or
I
what do you
think
need?
all the large organizations are very useful. For example, Red Cross, they are very very well involved here. And as I told you in my messages in Facebook, now in Siret, for example, we have materially speaking everything we need and even more. What we need right now I'm in contact with two towns in Ukraine, is to see what they need and to keep the corridors open in order for us to organize transports with lots of materials from food to medicine to Ukraine where it is needed. For example, now I'm in contact with the hospital in Miklos, I think it is called, and they are going to send me a huge list of materials they need only in order for this hospital to keep working for the people that are being injured into the battle. So because they have no materials at all,
Mhm.
almost it's everything is empty there. So this is what we need. So that's why I'm saying Red Cross. I think it is very important to be helped right now because they are in the first line, and we definitely need to help these people.
Perfect. We will put the details of the Irish Red Cross on our notes for a podcast. Tibi, thanks so much for taking the time out to talk to us and keep us up to date.
I thank you, Shane. It was a pleasure as usual to talk to you.
The Bundoran Weekly.
Tibi, thank you and stay safe. We have put the details of the Irish Red Cross contact information in the show notes for the podcast. Do give generously and do give what you can. There's also some further information as well on the Discover Bundoran Facebook page about how you can contribute directly to the guys in Siret in Romania. And we wish them all the very best of luck, and great efforts being made by all of the team there. It is the Bundoran Weekly. We will head now to Bundoran Community Centre to our community corner, and here's Teresa.
Thanks, Shane. So first we have the Wild Atlantic Women's Group that are in the Ruggie Suite every Monday morning at 11 a.m. It's €3 per person. They meet up to chat, meet new ladies, they play games. It's a great opportunity for people to get out and be social. The Bundoran Museum is opened Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. The museum is free, but donations are greatly appreciated. We have a community coffee morning happening in the centre on Thursday the 30th of March at 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is a great opportunity to come into the centre and learn more about what great services we have and the courses and events we have to offer. We still have spots available for the Bundoran Bay Swim, which is on the Saturday the 23rd of July. So to check that out, you have to go to www.bundoranbayswim.com. We have a new youth hangout starting in the centre in the Ruggie Suite, Wednesdays the 23rd and the 30th of March and Wednesday the 6th of April, 4:15 to 5:45, ages between 12 to 17. And if you're looking for a safe meeting place, come and join us for free hot chocolate and games. The parent and toddler group is here in the Ruggie Suite every Friday at 10 a.m. Suggested donations of €2 per family. Parents, grandparents, guardians and carers are all welcome. And as always, if you have any questions or need any printing, we are open from Monday to Fridays. All you have to do is just call us on 07198 29 675 or email the Bundoran Community Centre. Thanks, Shane.
Teresa, thank you. We will talk to you again next Friday. Things will be a little bit calmer, I think. Hopefully next weekend. It has been a great weekend so far, and we're looking forward to another great couple of days, and the weather looking good for us as well. That is going to do it for our Bundoran Weekly podcast. We look forward to chatting to you next week, and of course next week as well sees the start of the unsigned sessions at the Chase and Bull next Friday and the following Friday, the 25th of March and the 1st of April, the two sessions, the two heats for unsigned sessions. There may be a chance for you to still get in there. Unsigned sessions 2022 at gmail.com is the email address, or you can contact the guys directly at the Chase and Bull, and you could be hitting the main stage at C Sessions this year between the 17th and 19th of June. That is it. Have a safe weekend. Have a good one. We'll talk to you next Friday. Take care. Good luck.
The Bundoran Weekly is a production of Discover Bundoran.
The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.